but we will end the compulsory use of COVID status certification in England. And having looked at the data carefully, the Cabinet concluded that once regulations lapse, the government will no longer mandate the wearing of face masks anywhere.
Why are untrustworthy political parasites all of a sudden doing an about face on COVID restrictions? People ask me all the time, "Hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff, and does it really work?" The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description. I want to play this because I don't know quite what to make of this, other than basically Boris Johnson is saying here, hey, because all you boys and girls did exactly what we told you to do, we're going to drop most of our mandatory edicts and we're going to go back to plan A. I would say don't relax on this thing. He says, because of the extraordinary booster campaign, together with the way the public has responded to the Plan B measures, we can return to Plan A in England and allow Plan B regulations to expire. And then he says, mandatory certification will end. Listen to this.
This morning, the Cabinet concluded that because of the extraordinary booster campaign, together with the way the public have responded to the Plan B measures, we can return to Plan A in England and allow Plan B regulations to expire. As a result, from the start of Thursday next week, mandatory certification will end. Organisations can, of course, choose to use the NHS COVID pass voluntarily, but we will end the compulsory use of COVID status certification in England. From now on...
Yeah. It's just weird. It's like a bunch of little kids.
The government is no longer asking people to work from home. And people should now speak to their employers about arrangements for returning to the office. And having looked at the data carefully, the Cabinet concluded that once regulations lapse, the government will no longer mandate the wearing of face masks anywhere.
You know what? It's a bad way to look at that. It's a bad way to look at it, to go, oh, that's so good. I'm so glad the government. What everybody should be doing is banding together and going, it doesn't matter what the government says. Because if the government decides to take away our freedoms, that's when we stand against it. Not, oh, I'm so glad that the government decided not to take away our freedoms. It should be looked at a completely different way. It should be, if you ever decide to take away our freedoms, it ain't going to happen. We're putting you on notice right now. Make whatever rules and regulations and edicts you want. We're not following them. So for people to relax about this, it's like, wait a second. Wait, you guys actually have the gall to think you can do that legitimately? We're not going to let you do that. We're a free people, and we will maintain our freedom, and we don't care what you say. We're not giving in. There is no crueler tyranny, and there will never be a crueler tyranny than that which is perpetuated under the shield of law and in the name of justice and the common good. There will never be a greater tyranny than that. And the welfare of humanity will always be the alibi of tyrants. They're always going to look for an excuse and go, well, it was necessary. Necessity will always be the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It will always be the plea of tyrants. It will always be the creed of slaves. Always.
Mr. Speaker, for returning to the office, and having looked at the data carefully, the Cabinet concluded that once regulations lapse, the government will no longer mandate the wearing of face masks anywhere. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, from tomorrow we will no longer require face masks in classrooms, and the Department and the Department for Education will shortly remove national guidance on their use in communal areas. In the country at large, we will continue to suggest the use of face coverings in enclosed or crowded spaces, particularly when you come into contact with people you don't normally meet, but we will trust the judgment of the British people.
Well, you haven't up until this point. You've actually been bossing them around and telling them, if you don't do this, you're going to be economically terrorized, you're going to be fined, we're going to throw you into prisons, we're going to set you aside and throw you into internment camps, quarantine camps, of course, for public safety and for the common good. Up to this point, they have not been entrusting the judgment of the people or trusting the judgment of the people. They just haven't. So what's changed? What memo did Boris get to cause this change? What's going on here? Leave your thoughts about that in the comments section below.
Okay, before you go anywhere, a lot of people have asked me if they can get a shirt from the store with the design on the back. Let me show you real quick what you can do within the store as far as self-editing your own design that you can put on any shirt, hoodie, mug, phone case, whatever. Pick out any design from the store, then select any item. And guys, there are hundreds of items to choose from. Hats, beanies, bags, buttons, men's items, women's items, stuff for kids, and even pets. I'll just select this shirt right here. You can change the item color to whatever you want. Hit this little pencil editing tool right here and then click on Customize. You can enlarge, shrink, or reposition the design on any item. You can also click over here to the left on Designs and add any design you want. Matter of fact, you can put as many designs as you want on the front or on the back of the shirt. Or you can click on Text and add some customized lettering. With the lettering, you can change the font color, increase the size, and you can even bend the text. And check this out. If you want a design or lettering on the back or on the sides, just click on where you want your design or text, click on the design or text tool, or you can even upload your own design. It only increases the price of the item a couple bucks. And you can do this on any item that you select. The store link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Your purchase gets you a kick-ass design and supports the channel while it helps me create more content. Leave your thoughts about this video for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below.